Hello, YouTube. I'm just a girl, but you can just call me Quinn. And after a year, we're finally getting into episode 2 of Rewriting Miraculous Ladybug. If you have not watched this show up to season 6, be be warned. There are spoilers. Also, you should watch episode 1. Today we'll start with the main character, Marinette. It also happens to be my most viewed video, which is actually crazy. Also, talk about season 6. I haven't seen the most recent episode yet. Um, don't spoil it for me. That would be horrible. I feel like the last one I watched was the Luca one of season 6, and I love my boy Luca. So there's that. Well, let's get on to actually talking about the designs and stuff. You know what? Forget that. I think her design is kind of. I know she's supposed to be a normal girl with a normal life, but she literally does fashion. I don't actually. I don't think I ever seen her like really design a lot throughout the show. I guess that could be like, especially in the early seasons, that definitely was like I believe it's when Chloe's mom got um akumatized in season 3. It was the part 2 special in season 3 where she made the pigeon hat and Adrian's allergic to pigeons, and she made that. What are other? I think she also made her dress for the dance. She also made I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna make clothes, I feel like you would make your own clothes. So there's that. Um. We also have to discuss the downfall as Ladybug and Marinette both as characters. I just don't think, um, although character growth is good and having flaws as a character is good, why does nobody talk about how like Marinette literally stalked Adrian and all her friends were supporting this? There are ways to help your friend, but that doesn't mean you should help her break into his house to see him. That's not good. We shouldn't be doing that. We should not be breaking into people's houses and helping them do that. I don't care how evil his dad is. As someone who has friends with bad parents, I don't go breaking into their houses. I mean, I threaten it, but I'm never serious. And instead, I just we plan other ways. All right, there's other ways to plan around that. And like I said, in the first video, if you haven't watched it, watch it. Um, Season 2 is like practically useless. So that would come out season 2, and season 6 would be season 5 now. I'm just chill. I'm so chill like that. And um I don't like how romantically focused the show is. Like all they do is get in relationships. That's literally all they do. Also, I'm gonna come back. I just want to go on a little tangent for that one episode in season 6. Hold on, I wasn't planning on talking about it, so I have to look it up. The ruler, that one. It's episode 8. I didn't like that episode. Not because I I love Yaoi, okay? I love my Yaoi. But I feel like you're only for parents only role to be like, "Oh, you have to listen to your kids because all they want no is to be happy." Obvi- that's the thing that should matter most is your kids being healthy and safe and successful, that they're able to do the things that make them happy. That was not the moral of the story for that one. But I feel like they were in a between a rock and a hard place in that situation because it's Disney and sometimes they're like, "Oh, we support people of the LGBT plus community, and then on the other hand, like, oh no, we're still homophobic and stuff. I don't know. It just feels weird. I didn't really like that episode. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they be doing too much. Like, live your childhood dream. I love that episode. I love Wishmaker. I love that episode. I don't know. Something I just need to get off my chest. But yeah, the friend group. Why are we all helping Marinette break into his house? Why are we why is everybody dating within the friend group? The only people like not doing that is Nathaniel and Sabrina because she's not dating anybody. But everybody? Honestly, Ivan and oh my goodness, I forgot her name. Ivan and that mouse girl. Oh my goodness. Milane, thank you. Oh my god. Ivan and Milane, I don't like them together. Break them apart, please. Julica and Rose, actually, I like that one. I feel like that one makes sense. Ollie and Nino, I don't know. I also wish we had more people of different skin tones in the show. But hey, at least we got 3 Asian people, even though Marinette's Asian. But girl, it's okay. I'm technically Blasian. So, oh my goodness. Completely going off my rant. I had a whole rant written up. Basically, we're going to switch out her blazers. Goodness, I'm going to talk about their relationship now because I'm jumping around my plan a little bit too much. I think it's really important for me in this new story of Miraculous Ladybug for Marinette to actually get to know Adrian, because although yes she stalks him, because if she if I say like if I decide to keep the stalking, I want them to have consequences with that of some kind so that Adrian does feel uncomfortable with her. Or are we just rolling with this? I don't know. Maybe it's like a Candace and Jeremy situation from Phineas and Ferb, but it's not like talked about at all. Like at least in Phineas and Ferb, like he matches Candace's freak. Okay, he's head over heels for her too. But Adrian first, no, I don't think he was able to actually feel the feelings because he is a senti monster. But like they are able to feel pain, right? I don't know. Honestly, I feel like that whole plot line of him being not a real person is weird. Especially now Marinette knows that, and you're still gonna. The guy doesn't exist. He's not real. He's not real. And, not only is he not real, like, he's finally getting brain cells, and it's freaking me out. I mean, I'm happy, but, like, it took you forever. You had more brain cells as Cat Noir than you had as Adrian yourself. But I want her to include her in her fashion design thing a whole lot more. I mean, like, I feel like you can have multiple different crafts, but girl, you gotta kind of, you have to be able to get what you need done. I want them to be able to start over. I want them to, cause like Adrian's a model. I feel like he should be allowed to think like, oh, is she only with me because I'm a model? Is she only with me because like she wants to get closer to my dad and turn show up to my dad because she's into fashion design and everything? Is she like, is she in it for me? And then hearing her stalk him, like, that's not gonna make him comfortable with her. And I feel like we completely glossed over that in the actual show. And I want to make sure it's known here. So either I get rid of it completely and we just have them start from the ground up from there. And I feel like we could go a little. I don't know. It seems like all the times that Marinette is actually stalking Adrian, it's for the plot, not for her herself. Like, why do you know his entire schedule? Why did you make birthday gifts for 30 years in the future? I feel like there has to be a line. And I know, like, the Kim situation is like, I'm not gonna date again unless I know everything about him, to kind of explain herself. And then it made Adrian mad, so he did something about it, kind of. It, I don't know. I feel like there's just a better way to write my words, and because I ranted, I completely went off my script, and I don't know what to do anymore. Ah. I'm gonna go back to it. Well, you know what? We'll see what we can salvage from this. You know, we'll talk about the new Marinette now. All right, my version of Marinette. It's kind of the same thing, but we're gonna change like a couple things. In the first episode, it kind of seems like she has no friends. Obviously, later we see she has Sakolin. She has her like original friend group because they've been a part of the same class for. I feel like they're like the same class, so obviously they knew each other. Why wasn't it like that in the beginning? So we're gonna start from the beginning. After Sakolin graduated, right? Because she did. Marinette wasn't really close to any of like her what is now her friend group, and she's kind of really shy. She keeps to herself because bullying, it'll do that to you. Being bullied since kindergarten, that will do something to you. And not to say you can't still be optimistic even if you get bullied. I'm just saying, if you're being bullied for that long and nobody's doing nothing, and the one person who was actually doing something for you is no longer here, I feel like you will be a little bit down in the dumps with it. And that's where Alia steps in, and she becomes this best friend. And then together they start branching out and they build this community of girls. And as they continue to build with their whole class, and then Adrian pops in and be like, "Oh yeah, hello, fellow Earthlings. This is my first time at school, la di da di dee." Like, I guess we could keep, like, the love at first sight. The umbrella scene. We have to keep the umbrella scene. Because, originally, Marinette hated Adrian. And it lasted for 5 seconds. I want to kind of draw it out a little bit more. I feel like it'd be cute if I drew it out. Because if I draw it out, it gives them more, I don't know, it gives more Adrian more time to live, breathe. Yeah, that's very important. And then she slowly starts to develop this crush. And when she does, like, near the end of season 1, we'll say, right? Because, we're cutting up the original season 2. She starts, you know, I feel like there's more things she would be able to do if it wasn't all centered around him. Like, he was a bonus part about it. And that Marinette's actually, like, her own person. I do want her to still be self-destructive. I feel like that fits perfectly for her character in show and here. I think it would make more sense in this universe than if she did it in universe. But Hakuna Matata. Uh, Also in show, I feel like Luca should have been able to stay with Marinette. I don't think in show Adrian and Marinette work out together. You don't understand how upset I was when she was still in love with Adrian. And then she moved. Mary Chat was way better than Marinette and Adrian. And they didn't even know each other like that. It's just, they're. Also doesn't help, like, they can't tell their identities to each other, Cop Blanc. That's a perfect episode. I would never change that. But Basically, the world ends if Adrian gets brain cells. He has brain cells. What are you doing now? I also want to keep her toxic helping skills. I feel like she kind of needs that. Eh. Because honestly, be so for real. I just want Marinette and the people around her to have a whole lot more time and character growth. Even though it is a very episodic show. So you would be able to just sit down and jump into it. And that's typically what they do for kids shows. They do make it more episodic so they can garner a wider range of people within an audience. That's why when they usually do like put part twos like Disney Channel or Disney Junior, they don't put it on unless they're doing a marathon specifically so like other people don't get confused. Like why are we watching part two when part one wasn't right before? And that's more of like a Disney thing. And it's not. I do think Thomas Ostruck is kind of sucks. I do think because again, the movie without him, I feel like that was a really good movie, and that's just like the fully different. It's the similar style of how the sixth season is now, and I really think it's because Thomas Ostruck. I think he stepped back. Season, season. I feel like he stepped back. Season 4 and especially season 5. That's why season 5 was so good. And now in season 6, we kind of reverted back into season 1 type Marinette. You're dating! Relax! You're dating somebody. You're in a relationship with somebody and you're still acting like a creep. And Adrian, who has brain cells now, and who's gaining brain cells a little one every day, you don't feel uncomfortable with your girlfriend freaking out. She broke that girl's legs. She needed those legs. Those are so expensive. And she broke them. She basically destroyed this girl's entire future out of jealousy. Does Marinette get jealous? Yes. But, like, girl, the heck? Also, as I continue talking about spoilers, this is just me yapping about the show at this point. But I don't like. What do I look? I don't like a lot of things about this. I love this show, but like, I don't like that it's going on for so long. I feel like this. I feel like they lost the story they wanted to tell, especially after defeating. Especially after defeating, um, Gabriel. What was the whole moral of the story right there? Was it honestly, I feel like they could have ended it at season 5 and everybody would have been fine with it. But you know, they're going to keep going. Um like what's the moral for the story though? Is it just don't feel bad emotions? And if you do, stifle them or you'll turn into an evil monster and you're going to try to kick teenagers' butts. Not like that. That sounded kind of weird. But I don't like it. I don't know. Next one is gonna be Adrian, and then I'm probably not gonna do the series anymore because I don't think I. Because I feel like we have very solid side characters. I feel like they just really struggle with main characters, and that's something I struggle with too. But like, I feel like we gotta do something about that. All right, I'm done talking. I love you all so much. I'll see you next week. What are we doing next week, actually? You know what? I can look it up because I work and live here. But next week's gonna be fun. I'm releasing something cool. It's gonna be super interesting. I feel like we're all going to enjoy it. On oh yeah, and I made all our YouTube series Oh, next one's just a yapping video, and then I'm also making an online YouTube series. And the trailer for that comes out soon. So be on the lookout for that. I'll link the channel in the description. But yeah, that sounded so apathetic. I love you all so much. Please like and subscribe. I make videos every Wednesday when I can. Last week was just a mishap. I'm sorry. I was on vacation. I was on vacation for like the past 2 weeks. But I love you all so much. Bye.